Oh, the recording has started. Hello and welcome.
All right. I'm just going to engage for a few more minutes in my favorite daily pastime activity, which is checking the ping on Solana.
Mm-hmm. I am quite excited. Yes. Ooh. AMA. 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 Road2Moon. AMA. Oh, I hear an alarm. I think that means
That's
it
it.
is
That's
time.
right. Let's
All right.
go. Let's go, man.
All
Let's
right,
get
let's
going.
go. Let's go, Matt. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the very first Road to Moon AMA on our Discord server. This is a historical moment, so thank you, everyone, for joining today. I'll do a brief name dropping. Hello, Bedzu. Hello, Bryu. Hello, Crazy Heaven. Hello, Kelechi. Hello, Karim. Hello, Kurziek. Hello, MCY again. Hello, I'm butchering these names. Hello, Leono. Hello, Panaz. Hello, Piotr Deck. Hello, Rostabrat. Hello, Richie Lan again. Hello, Richie Rich, and hello, Yash again. Thank you for joining. I will be your host, Mime, Interstonks Mime. I'm the copywriter for the project, and I will be your host for today. And here we have none other than Matt. Matt, would you please tell us a little bit about yourself? How are you today, first of all?
First of all, I'm awesome because this is one of the first AMAs that we're doing, and I'm super excited to tell you guys some of the details that many people have been asking about. I am the CMO of Insert Stonks, and I'm super excited to be sharing with you as much as a humble marketer can know about the project. And also, I'm going to show you how terribly I'm going to be failing in Road to Moon game today, so you can have all the laughs and sort of get yourselves ready for beating my high score, which pretty much everyone in this stream is gonna be able to do, I'm sure.
Yeah, yeah, I'm really pumped for it. Yeah. Oh, we got hello, Tulis Minor. Hello, Tulis Minor. Welcome. All right, so I guess without further ado, let's get started. Matt, would you please enlighten us? What is this thing called Road to Moon? Would you happen to know? What
Absolutely.
is this
So
thing
the
about?
guys, Road to Moon, as many of you already know, is our first sort of flagship game built on our proprietary technology called Stone Engine. This is also the first skill-based racing play-to-earn game on the Solana network, and it's a game based in a post-apocalyptic world where you're sort of racing to get away from the SEC that's chasing you to sort of tax your crypto mining profits. And the game is pretty exciting. It's based around the racing economy, but it's also a strategy game. There's a ton of different DeFi elements incorporated in it. But first and foremost, it's meant to be a fun and very exciting, very sort of game that gets you hooked. Because that's what we believe, that's what Insert Stonks is about, and that's where we believe the future of the play to earn is going to be in, which is games that are first and foremost awesome games, and second of all, that allow you to make money and participate in some exciting economical features.
All right, cool. What kind of game is it? Is it like Gran Turismo? Is it a racing game, or is it like a side scroller? Like what? How does it work?
Yeah, I think the best way to tell you about this is to show it. So let's actually start by giving you some overview of the Road to Moon gameplay, which I apologize in advance. I'm absolutely terrible in those kinds of games. So you guys can see how easy it's gonna be to beat my high score. Let's see if I can share my screen. Is it working? It is. Guys,
Watch
so
everyone
presenting
look
Road
at
to Moon.
Yes, look at Matt's screen, please. Welcome
This
to
is
people who are
the
just joining.
sort of the this is the absolute MVP of the game. You start by choosing your car. We're gonna pick a Lambo. It's my favorite. You choose your passenger, your avatar. I'm gonna go with my favorite Dodge, and you click go. So you're racing on the highway of shorts, getting
Hold on a
chased
second,
by the
Matt. Would you
SEC.
please change your screen sharing because I just see our Discord conversation. Would you please make sure it's sharing your whole screen?
Okay,
Yes.
let's do it again. 1 second. Share your screen. Can you guys see it now?
Yes.
Perfect. Okay, so this is the
Road
Road
to
to
Moon.
Moon MVP, the earliest version. We're choosing our car, choosing your passenger, and bam, we're racing on the highway of shorts, getting
Ooh,
chased by
doggo.
SEC. That's always right behind us, loading our pump meter to be able to speed up or slow down and break the time to be able to avoid certain. Oh, I'm dead. As you can see, you can speed up, you can slow down time to collect the coins that allow you to load this pump meter below. That
Whoa.
basically like lets you speed up more, collect more coins, beat the high scores of other players, and participate in different prize pool arenas, NFT drop arenas, and all the different sorts of features.
Oof.
As I mentioned, I'm terrible at this game, so I'm just gonna spare you the uh, watching of that. But that's what the game is about. So as you can see, it's a sort of an arcade game. It's for more seasoned players, we would say. So it's actually quite hard to learn it, but there's a tutorial mode when you can practice playing the game without actually investing any money. Then there's going to be also different types of arenas on which you can sort of put up an entry fee and compete for the best high score in order to win a part of the prize pool that's accumulated from all the players' participation fees. There's also NFT drop arenas where you stand a chance to get some NFT drops that you can later use for either participating in some more advanced arenas where NFTs give you perks in terms of racing speeds and so on, but also in arenas where, but also NFTs that let you farm some of the in-game assets and tokens on the different parts of the game that we can tell you about more later.
That's great, Matt. I actually maybe I need to do more research, but I've looked at a few blockchain gaming projects, different blockchain games. You know, everything from like casino games to different things that are more like pay to earn. And I think this is the only project that I've seen, the only P2E project that I've seen where people actually have to practice. Like you actually have to have skill in order to get a higher score, in order to get more rewards. Like, have you seen any other games that are basically like reward players for their skill?
Yeah, there's actually like I'm super excited about this that because there are plenty of games coming up with some skill-based models, and that's what we think is one of the pitfalls of the early sort of play-to-earn games, right? That there's the it's not really a game; it's a sort of a financial instrument with a gamified component on the front end, right? And that's what we think is keeping this play to earn on or web3 gaming market segment at below 1% of the total size of the gaming markets, right? Which gaming market is huge. It's over $180 billion, which is greater than film and music combined. And but blockchain web3 gaming is a very small percentage of that, right? So when we thought, okay, why is that? And the primary thing is it's not really appealing and accessible to gamers that have nothing to do with crypto, and their primary reason for playing games is entertainment, right? So we thought, okay, like why don't we try to experiment with different economical models, blockchain enabled, web3 enabled models to try to incorporate that into a skill based game, right? Where not really the player that has the most money wins, or the player that clicks the most and and sort of gets the best strategy, but actually like a player that puts in the time to practice And we sort of designed the economy also in a way that you have to play the game to be able to benefit from it. It's not a game where you can simply, buy up the assets, farm the assets, and that's it. But actually, in order to be able to take out the assets that you farmed, you have to move between different locations of the map, right? And so, for example, you're farming your tokens on the fields of hopium, right? So you're farming your ESRM fuel, which is sort of the most important binding agent and fuel that you need to be able to participate in the economy, but also to be able to stake up in the later stages of the game in the rocket that's sort of like all the players are going to be pulling up to farm enough of this ISRM token. And when that happens, basically the game, the new game mode is going to be unlocked, and we're going to be launching a new game version. So,
okay.
in order to move between those different areas, you actually have to race, right? So the highway of shores that I showed you, this is the game mode that is going to happen whenever you're trying to change your location, right? And depending on, so when you're carrying a certain load of your tokens that you farmed, for example, you have to travel to the city to be able to cash it out. So when you're traveling, the SEC is chasing you, right? So the further you go, sort of the better your high score, and the further they catch you, the less of a taxation you're going to receive on your loot, right? So basically, it's impossible. It's next to impossible to not lose all of your tokens. So it's sort of a strategy approach. Okay, like how much do I want to take out in one go? How confident I am in my abilities to move around and be able to transfer this between the locations and things like that. So we hope that there's going to be a whole economy of guilds growing around our game, sort of training people how to do it better and just participating in particular stages of the game for maximizing profit. So we're super excited about that.
Wow. So it's not. It doesn't sound exactly like an open world game, but there are different screens. There are different areas of the game. Can you tell us more about what these different areas are? Because you said you have to play the game. You have to ride on the highway of shorts, right? The vertical scrolling section. What are the fields of hopium that you mentioned? What's going on there?
Absolutely. So let me share my screen. I'm going to show you guys our website for those who haven't seen it yet. Can you see my screen?
I can.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so the locations are as follows, right? So we've got those fields of hopium. Later on, everybody is going to be able to buy land on those fields, and the NFTs that we're actually launching very, very soon, that some of you may already be holding the whitelists for, are going to be primarily, like most of the waves are gonna be for mining the ISRM fuel, right? So you use those machines that you're gonna drop as NFTs to farm your tokens. They're gonna have different yields and things like that. Some of the rarest NFTs that are gonna be dropping are gonna be the NFTs of cars, right? You can both use them for farming when you sort of put them in your garage to fuel the farming machines, but also you can use them to have certain benefits on some of the arenas, right? We want the games to be sort of fair play games, so it's not going to be like you can pay up to get better sort of chances of winning the prize pool, so on the most common arenas, but there are also going to be arenas where those perks are enabled and you race against players with pimped up cars and like faster racing and so on. And finally, some of the last rarity of the NFTs is going to be avatars, right? So those are going to be your sort of skins, the passengers that you can drive with, and they will also have different utilities that I can speak about later. So basically, like on the fields of hopium, you farm the ESRM. You can start earning some passive income by leasing the NFTs and things like that. There's the highway of shorts, which, as I mentioned, like is the highway through which you have to move in order to change locations, right? So the tokens that you farm on the fields, you'll get taxed, and you'll lose part of those tokens if you get caught by the SECs, right? And the beautiful part about this is, this taxation is one of the burning mechanisms of the token. So, the token is fair large. There's not going to be any pre-sale of the token. It's only gonna be able to be bought by playing the game pretty much, and it has a variety of burning mechanisms to make sure that to prevent any sort of inflationary pressure on the token. So the taxation goes back to prize pools that the players can win. Some of it is burned, some of it this is as I mentioned, goes into the prize pools. So we've also got the Loop City, where all the cool stuff is going on, all the community is gathering, and all the illegal activity is happening as well. So
Ooh,
in the
illegal
Loop City,
activities.
exactly. So there's going to be a marketplace for the NFTs that you can trade, and sort of the ESRM purchases can happen. There's the prize pool arenas. So those are the arenas where you can win ESRM, but you have to put up some sort of entry fee in order to participate. There's going to be different types of arenas, and in the future, I don't want to spoil this, but certain holders of certain NFTs will be able to create their own arenas and actually participate in the profit coming in on those arenas, create their own rules, create their own sort of private places where people can race and win. There's the NFT drop arena as well, where you can win those NFTs. There are garages where basically you're going to be able to like pimp up your cars and do all sorts of things with them. I don't want to reveal all the details before it's ready. And then finally, we've got the Lambo space rocket, which is a very interesting thing. So as I mentioned, like the whole story of the game is centered around this sort of futuristic Nebraska, which is the last place on Earth after Jeff Bezos put his Amazon rocket through the moon. This disrupted the tides of the Earth and basically created like a complete collapse of the Earth's ecosystem. Most of the humanity is dead, except for Nebraska, that just a few years before has been covered with a giant glass dome by the conservative politicians, protecting their citizens from the democratic propaganda. So accidentally they saved the humanity, and the last sort of nest of humanity is in this Nebraska that is sort of a totalitarian state. The whole government is blocking all the signs of sort of unrest, and is trying to convince people that everything is fine as they're part of the Do Not Worry program. They're also sort of shutting down all the fringe activity aimed at disrupting the government's power. So as a part of that, all the cryptocurrency has been made illegal, and people can only use the currency of the government. And the few degens, such as our Mr. Stonk and Dodge, are sort of starting an underground rebellion to farm this ESRM token to be able to fuel the Lambo space rocket in order to find the new nest for humanity out there in space, right? And the whole sort of game, and this is where the players have to unite. So there's a lot of competition on the arenas, but there's a lot of collaboration as well, because like all the ESRM that all the players are going to be staking in the rocket, there's going to be a threshold above which the rocket can basically go into space, and that's going to unlock the next game mode, which is going to be pretty much the next game that we're going to be launching that's going to be based in space. So I'm super excited about this sort of combination of competition and collaboration, and and uniting all the players around this joint mission of getting Mr. Stonk and Dodge into space. So those are the locations. Let's see if we have any questions maybe at this stage.
Oh, yes. If you have any questions, fam, please just write something out in the AMA chat and I will read them out. Let me see. We're looking through. Okay, we have. And if I miss your question, just please feel free to tag me. We have Mr. Piotr Dick. Question for the developers: will the STNX token be applicable in Road2Moon? Will there still be seed rounds for investments? Okay, Matt, would you please talk about what STNX stonk token is? And answer.
Yeah, absolutely. So the STNX token. So for those who are not familiar with the different aspects of our project, like Insert Stonks, his main purpose is to build the world's first ecosystem for different types of games, and the STNX token is the ecosystem token that's going to power all the sort of transactions and activity within the games connected to the platform, right? So the STNX, with the STNX token, you're going to be able to buy some of the ESRM token for the Road to Moon, but it's going to be very limited. Most of the tokens are going to be only able to be won within the game Road to Moon. So there's not going to be any pre-sales for the ESRM token, as I mentioned. However, there will be some open rounds to participate in the STNX token pre-sale. So stay tuned for that. We're soon going to be releasing the sort of more information about how you can sort of get register your interest for those rounds for the future. But stay tuned for that.
Okay, thank you. What is ISRM? Because you keep talking about is it a token? Is it something that has an in-game application? You say like like the citizens of from what I understand, the citizens of Loop City and like Doge and Mr. Stonk, the drivers of the Lambo, they're trying to acquire ISRM. What is it exactly?
Yeah, so ESRM is both the sort of in-game utility fuel and the sort of universal utility currency with an intrinsic value within the game. But from the sort of gamer and investor perspective, it's also a token that has its value, it has its utility. It has a sort of very balanced economy design. So it's not going to be inflationary. It's not going to be there's a ton of burning mechanisms, and you're going to be able to trade it as well in the future. The token is for now, as we know it, is going to be listed on Solana as well. It's going to be based on Solana, so it's going to be listed on some of the Solana dexes, probably pegged to other chains as well. But that's yet to be announced.
Uh-huh. I see. So basically, when players play the game and they get a high score, they get rewarded, they get compensated for their skill and for their time with ISRM primarily.
That's right. Within the game, that is exactly what's going to happen. Old rich couple's car, some old rich couple Rolls Royce, as a sort of and that dream was a metaphor for how the new economy is taking over the old economy. So they were like, hey, let's make a game about this, right? So all the founders have been engaged in the crypto and the play to earn gaming for a while. So we thought, okay, let's make a game. So we started working on the game. And we put together all the designs, and everybody got like super into the story. And then we started to work on the sort of blockchain backend of the things and the economy of that. And we thought, oh wow, this is actually super complex subject on how to design the economy well, how to make it how to prevent its main sort of pitfalls, which is how to prevent like rapid inflation, how to prevent some like economical issues, how to prevent cheating, especially in skill-based games, and then there's the whole sort of blockchain development aspect, which it's very, very hard to find blockchain developers now. They're in super high demand, and this is not a skill set that most game developers actually have. So we thought, we have to put in all this time and effort into the economy design and into the blockchain development. So we thought other game developers that want to create some awesome gaming experiences enabled by Web3 must suffer from the same issues. So we thought, okay, like what about if we take all the features that we're developing and we make them available for the game developers without any blockchain coding. So we're going to create a simple sort of API and software development kits, which are just those single lines of codes that game developers can plug into their gaming engines, Unity and Unreal, and then start using the features that we've already developed, such as the crypto wallets, payment systems, sort of betting engines, anti-cheat systems, and things like that, right? So that they can basically deploy their games much faster and cheaper, and they can focus on making amazing games instead of like all the sort of hustle around the blockchain economies and things like that, right? So we did just that, and we called this set of developer tools Stonk Engine. And this is this engine MVP is exactly what the Road to Moon game is getting built on, and all the sort of features of the engine are going to be demonstrated within the Road to Moon game, right? So the Road to Moon is sort of the showcase for how the engine is going to work in this sort of software as a service model for game developers. So as I mentioned, like the Stonk engine, the developer features is one part of our Insert Stonks ecosystem. On the other hand, there's the gamer facing side of the platform, which is called the Insert Stonks platform, which I'm going to show you in a second at its current stage. But this platform is going to be sort of the like a sort of all-in-one system for like sort of like an operating system or an entertainment platform for the gamers and investors, right? This is a place where gamers can discover games, can play different games, can manage all their game finances. So, like trade their NFTs, participate in liquidity pools, invest in early stage games, trade their tokens, manage their finances and staking and all of that, but also participate in the social media of the games, right? They're going to be able to see the news from their games, participate in events, tournaments, and things like that, right? So on that platform, this is going to be like something like Steam and Binance and Twitch combined into one for this sort of Web3 games. And also, developers, in addition to the developer tools, they're going to be able to raise funding for their games. This sort of small-time investors are going to be able to finally participate in those game ventures in a sort of very, very stable and safe formats, currently not enabled, in the normal economy, right? So there are some crowdfunding campaigns, but, they don't give you much in terms of the sort of like participation in the game economies and so on. So this is what Insert Stonks is, right? So we've got the Insert Stonks platform, gamer-facing platform. We've got this set of developer tools that is called Stonk Engine, and Road2Moon is sort of the first game showcasing how the ecosystem will play out and all the different features of the Stonk Engine.
I see. So Instastonks is this sort of it's a platform. It's an ecosystem, like you said. It's kind of like a Steam. It's kind of like Twitch, and it's kind of like a Binance. And basically, under this umbrella of Instastonks, you have this core technology, the Stonk engine, which is basically a blockchain engine for developers, game developers who know nothing about blockchain code, who can't afford or find a blockchain developer to basically implement blockchain technology into their games. And then Road2Moon is the flagship
and
example.
the thing is, like, blockchain technology is just a small aspect of this, right? Because like there's many more things that game developers need in order to create a successful Web3 game, right? And it's not even about just play to earn, right? So play to earn is a monetization method, right? Just like any other methods, such as microtransactions / free to play or premium models and things like that. So what we do is we enable game developers to use all of the different monetization models and find out what's going to be working for their particular game economy, so that they can give their fantasy a free rein. And they can implement all the different features. First of all, they can model the economy either with the help of our consulting team, which is sort of what we're going to be helping more hands-on to those game developers. But later on, we're going to have some different sort of pre-made economy models and modeling tools so that you can predict how your economy is going to pan out, depending on the different features that you want to use. Then you've got the tools to implement those features, and then you've got a set of tools to manage your economy, right? So you've got analytics to manage your player retention, your profitability of your game, and your sort of token price stability. You've got a set of sort of anti-cheat tools. So we're building one of the most sophisticated AI-based anti-cheat system for skill-based games to prevent, all the sort of most common ways in which players can hack the system. Because like with non-skill-based, with the click-based games, where everything and all the transactions and interactions happen on the blockchain, that's probably not needed because, the blockchain is taking care of that. It's very hard to hack, but the thing is about skill-based games, we're very, very far from the point where, you're going to be able to hold all the game interactions on the blockchain, and like the game code and the sort of hacking that is where anti-cheat is much needed, and very, very few games think about that. So that's a massive threat that we're seeing to many play-to-earn games, and we're aiming to solve that. And as I mentioned, like on top of that, there's the whole sort of economy features to manage that. So developers can put up liquidity pools on the Insert Stonks platform. through the engine as well. They can put up their sort of fundraising campaigns and events and some sort of marketing related tools, because like one of the biggest or like three biggest issues of game developers is, one is economy design, the second one is technology, but the third one is actually marketing. So the game developers are not necessarily marketers. So once the platform grows, we're going to be providing all the sets of like technology tools to for example, to provide like whitelisting and referral campaigns and things like that, but also tools to present the games to our community through our sort of like a launchpad platform and things like that.
Wow, so it sounds like Insured Stonks, um, of which Road2Moon is the first flagship use case. Insured Stonks is a wide-reaching, like a very comprehensive solution for game developers worldwide to easily access blockchain games and basically turn their games into P2E games and ensure that everything is safe, right? With anti-cheat and I guess there would be some compliance in software or something of that nature involved, as well as like marketing. So can you tell us a little bit about, like, are you saying that developers, if they access the platform, if they put their game into the platform and use the Stonk engine, that they will have marketing services available or like funding? Can you go a little bit more into that?
Yeah, sure. So as I mentioned, there's going to be some tech tools. So for example, like tools to run referral campaigns really easily, and things like that. But also like the platform itself, because it has users, right? So like all the sort of gamers playing the games on our platform, they're there and they're exposed to, and we can expose those gamers to some new games that are coming up on the launchpad, right? They can raise investments. So it's a launchpad, so gamers can sort of invest in those games on early stages. So the game developers can raise funding and get the marketing at the same time. And yeah, and later, as I mentioned, the game developers will also be able to raise some liquidity on the platform this way as well. But I don't want to like dive out of the Road2Moon, because that was supposed to
Oh
be
yes,
the main
yeah.
focus
Sorry,
on the
I
discussion,
got, I got.
because guys, as you might know, our NFT launch for the Road2Moon game is coming very very soon. So it's most likely going to happen within the next 2 weeks. And the reason I'm saying it's most likely going to happen is because of Solana's issues. So some of you might have already won some NFT whitelist spots. And I want to first of all apologize to all of you, because those NFTs have been delayed to those NFT whitelists have been delayed to be sent to you. And the reason for that is the ping on Solana. So I'm not sure how much you guys know about the networks and how they work, but like when the ping of the transactions is too high, then transactions are failing. So it's not possible to do any minting or trading and things like that. And this is what's been happening with Solana for the past few weeks. So the ping, when it exceeds like 15,000 milliseconds, basically like even the normal transactions are failing. So that's the reason we've been delayed to send you those whitelists. However, the good news is we've already minted a significant portion of those, and today we're going to be sending out some of those NFT whitelists in the order of winning, basically. So depending on when you want it, you're going to receive this. So expect some messages from the admins. If you don't get some message, please submit a support ticket within our Discord, and we're going to be attending to you shortly. So again, this is sort of force majeure. We've been trying every single day, minting as many whitelist passes as possible, and consequently, we're going to be sending you as many as we can. So when it comes to the NFT, so let's talk more about that. So the NFT.
How many NFTs are we talking about for this launch?
Yeah, so we're talking 1,800 different NFTs spread across 4 different waves. Let me show my screen. I'm going to show you everything right away. See my screen, yeah? Okay, so this is where we are. So we've got NFTs, 1,800 NFTs, 4 different waves. Each wave is going to be released in the span of 2 weeks, right? So the wave 1 is going to go live in 2 weeks. then 2 weeks after wave 2, 2 weeks after wave 3, and so on. Plus minus a few days, will be like announcing that pretty soon. So the first wave, this is the minting cost. So when you have your NFT whitelist spot, right? So in order to participate in the mint, you need to have your NFT whitelist spot. What different whitelist spots are reserved for enabling you to participate in different waves. So if you have an NFT whitelist for wave 1, you can participate in the mint for wave 1. If you have the NFT whitelist for wave 2, you can participate in the mint for wave 2, and so on, right? Those are the costs in Sol of the mints. As you see, so the wave 1 will cost 0.5 Sol, and you will need to have your NFT whitelist spot within your wallet to be able to participate in the mint. So that's going to be checked. As I mentioned, the whitelist spots are going to be released as actual NFTs. So this is confusing some people, so I'm participating in the mints for my NFTs with my NFT. I know it can be confusing, but yes, you will receive your whitelist pass as an NFT on your Sol wallet. So the team is going to be reaching out to you to request your Sol wallet address, and once you provide that, we're going to be sending you the whitelist pass NFT. So you can trade them. You can even trade the whitelist pass and sell it. However, if you don't have it within your wallet, of course, you're not going to be able to participate in the mint.
Where can they trade the whitelist pass? Sorry.
Okay, the whitelist passes will be tradable on Magic Eden Solana Marketplace. Magic Eden IO. Maybe I can actually show you it's getting minted there if I can find them.
Mm-hmm.
Some loading issues. I found them.
There we go. Magic Eden.
Let's see. Can I find Road2Moon here? It's going to be a massive fail if I can't. It's loading very slowly.
Road2Moon. I see something.
So yeah, like the Magic Eden is a bit weird. So you guys need to click the filters and tick all items in order to see them. But as you can see, some of the whitelist passes are already in Magic Eden listed here. So those sweet babies are going to be coming to your wallets pretty soon. So stay tuned. In terms of the pre-sale, so different waves of NFTs have different utilities and chances of getting dropped certain rarities of the NFTs, right? So of course, like those different rarities will have different utilities as well. In the first wave, as you can see, there's zero chance of you getting a common NFT. So like you have a very, very high chance of getting some of those most valuable NFTs, and there's only gotta be 100 of the wave 1, right? So not only you get those benefits such as the mining power, and they're gonna have like different sort of mining yields and things like that. You're gonna be getting some community pool boosts. So this means that you can participate and win a bit more. You're not getting perks in terms of being able to win, but like your participation in the pool, as long as you get some of the top high scores, is going to be higher. You can store more items in your garage with some of those NFTs, which means that your farming yield is increased as well. Your staking power is going to be increased with some of those NFTs. Racing boosts mean basically that you get some, for example, like bigger or sort of longer time delay, or you can accelerate faster for longer. Of course, not on all arenas. This is only going to happen on certain enabled arenas. And with also some of those, you get some increased chances of drops of NFTs, right? And those chances get higher as sort of, your level of rarity progresses. Yeah, you can stake your NFTs, and some NFTs can be blendable and actually levelables, which means that you can pay up and level them up to increase for example, their farming yield and things like that. So there's going to be a ton of different cool things that you can do with them. And I want to be able to show you some of those NFTs that have been already made. So I'm super excited. This is the first time we're showing these guys. So thank you so much for being here. So we've got
Yeah.
different types of NFTs here. I'm only going to show you the common and epic rare classes and some uncommon as well. I'm not going to show you the mythic and legendary ones, so let that be some sweet surprise for later. But those 4 classes of NFTs are basically mining equipment for the ESRM, right? So you use them within the fields of Hopium to be able to farm your ESRM, right? So for example, common class are called Hopium cytophers, right? So those are the machines. The first design of Cytopher was devised by our leader Meme Man, right? Weeks after the collapse. He provided us with the ingenious instruction building these devices ourselves from the most common parts available into the plausible and easily transferable barrel-shaped form, often with collapsible elements. This reliable item became the staple of our economy and one of the first ISRM generators working passively with the use of Earth's own gravity. Without these humble devices, all of this would be not possible. So that's that. Those are the Hopium cytophers. As you can see, they've been designed from like air conditioners and things like that. Like the world in the post-apocalyptic Nebraska is a tough place. So this is what we're talking about. Easily transferable. You put them up and start farming your stuff. So there's also a couple of other classes. There's the uncommon called Unicoms. So new times required new measures. We needed to adapt quickly. With the fall of known methods of communication, when radio waves were jammed by magnetic influence from a broken moon, we've started to investigate our possibilities. Hopium was one of the first things we turned to, and it gave answers. Crystal cores encast and connected with a few wisely chosen, widely available resources allowed us to hear each other, transmit data, and even produce fuel as a byproduct. We loved Unicoms more than iPhones because Unicoms are out and each is unique, and each is unique. That's it.
Wow. So it seems like you have a lot of cool NFTs that actually have utility in the game.
Yes, exactly. So those are all going to be farming equipments with different levels of yield. I'm not going to be going through all of them. We're going to be publishing all those materials very, very soon. This is the first time we're showing this to you guys. But as you can see, we've got those different NFT designs already made up, and they are going to be up for minting within the next few weeks. So stay tuned. Make sure to participate in the competitions for the whitelist. So there's a couple of ways where you can win the whitelist passes. There's some daily competitions within our Discord. There's some stuff going on in Telegram. There's stuff going on Twitter. So make sure you follow all of them. And if you have if you're feeling like the skills and what you're good at is currently not rewarded by the current competition, just reach out to us and tell us, how you can help. Like all the research. This is the community-driven project. We appreciate all your help, and we reward this as well. So, the more you can help us spread the word, introduce us to some other partners and projects, help us make some cool content, or like participate in the community in any way. We're happy to talk about this and potentially give you some rewards in the form of whitelists or things like that if you get accepted.
Yes,
Right.
and yeah, I would love to continue, but Matt, unfortunately, it seems like there's a lot of people want to go and get into this, but into this AMA, but we're having issues with people joining. There seems to be like a 25-person limit, so we're going to move to the stage channel. It's just we won't be able to have any video or screen share, but it seems like the people who are lucky here were able to see it, but I think if it's okay with you, we could move to the stage channel so more people can at least listen, and then we can
Yeah,
talk more
absolutely.
about how people can get involved.
Let's do
So
this. And by the way, so if you guys are not, if someone is not hearing this, then there's going to be a recording anyway. So I think
yes,
I'm done showing stuff. So we can definitely move to, or maybe just before we dive there, let me actually do some quick screen share and show you guys the sort of current stage of the Insert Stonks platform. which is very basic, but we do want to be, super transparent with you and show you like behind the scenes of how this thing is going to be evolving, and invite you on this journey with us. We so much appreciate you being with us so early, and super happy to share this journey together. Can you get to see my screen? I think it works,
Yes.
right? So this is the Inserstonks wallet, which is also the MVP of the Inserstonks platform. So this is roughly how it's going to look like. So as you can see, you can take a look at your assets here. You're going to be able to hold your NFTs within this wallet as well. You can connect your MetaMask. You're going to be able to connect different types of wallets. You've got some KYC requirements if you want to withdraw some bigger amounts, of course. Some of the games, so currently there's just Road2Moon here, but there's going to be the whole game discovery platform here. You can track your transactions. You've got your profile. You've got a referral system with which you can start earning money right away. So there's, I believe, about 2% sort of kickback on all the transactions that are coming up from your referrals. We're talking, investments in early rounds or NFTs and so on. There's some token balances. And currently this just sends you back to the site. So as you can see, like, this is super basic. Currently our main focus is the backend tools for game developers and Road2Moon. So the gamer facing platform is going to be the focus of our work after that happens. So currently, we're 100% focused on delivering the Road2Moon NFTs and the blockchain and the Stonk Engine backend for the Road2Moon. After that, we're already working with some game developers on implementing the technology within their games to properly, tailor our product market fit and develop this sort of SaaS model to be properly scalable and available for onboarding hundreds of different game developers very fast. And once that happens, once we've got a few games on our platform, we're going to be in the meantime focused on developing the sort of gamer community around the Inserstonks platform and across different games.
Wow.
Right, so we can.
That's awesome. Yeah, thanks for sharing that, Matt. That's really cool. Lots to take in. And yes, thanks for everyone who's stuck around this far. And for the cheeky rewards, we're going to talk more about that later, and also talk about how we can get involved. Let's all move to the next room, please. Let's move to AMA stage. You'll see it right above this channel that we're in right now, AMA2. So please stick around just a bit longer, and we'll chat it out and answer some more questions and have a cheat chat. All right, so.
Which is weird.
They're coming
Okay, here.
over.
Let's invite Matt up here. The only issue with this, there's no video and share screen, but obviously for the greater good. Let's
okay, guys. So
invite Matt.
I'm off. Ciao, ciao.
No worries. All right, Matt. I'm going to send you an invitation to speak. Sorry again, guys, for the technical difficulties. Let's get our speakers back up here. There shouldn't be any more limits.
I have been invited to speak, and speak I shall. Yes.
Matt, I've sent you an invitation to speak.
Okay.
And I'm moving all the people.
Yeah, there's just going to be no share screen and video, unfortunately, but there won't be any limits. Yeah. Unfortunately, it was capping. We maxed the limit to 99, and we still got capped at 25 for some reason. So that's unfortunate. But anyway, yes. I'll leave it to you guys now. Sorry.
Apologies again to everyone. We have a very fine team here, trying to work out the technical difficulties. We raised the cap to 99, but for some reason, we could only have 25 people in the video call. So anyways, thanks for those who've stuck around so far. We were just talking, if you didn't see it, it was actually pretty awesome. Matt showed some pretty cool, NFT sneak peeks of stuff like the Altercator, and was explaining how these things are going to impact the gameplay. But we're still here, and we would like to share more about how people in the community can get involved. And before I continue, I would just like to say, if you have any questions or ideas or feedback, this is a community project, so please hit any of us up. You can ask me questions anytime. And yes, Matt, what was the last thing we were talking about? It was about we were talking about referrals, and then the hot wallet. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, we showed the sort of MVP on the Inserstonks platform, and there's a couple of questions in the chats about the NFT minting. So let me just answer them real quick. So
Yes.
so if you have for each whitelist pass, you can mint one NFT from the particular wave, right? However, there's one sort of added rule for that, because like the NFTs from wave one contain also something called a premium pass, right? And also 50 NFTs from the wave two contain the same premium pass, right? So there's a total of 150 premium passes, and premium passes give you access to more than just one NFT purchase, right? So if you have an NFT whitelist pass from wave one, you also are able to purchase NFT from wave one, but also NFTs from each of the subsequent waves, one each, right? So that's sort of the difference. So there's all of the NFTs from all of the whitelist passes from wave one contain this premium pass, and also 50 NFTs from the wave two contain this pass as well, randomly assigned from the wave two. So if you, for example, if you get lucky and in wave two you drop the whitelist pass containing the premium pass, you can also buy the NFT from wave two, but also wave three and wave four, one of each. Hope that answers the question.
I see. And then so the longer you wait to buy, say, wave three or wave four, the more expensive the NFTs would be, because it would cost more Solana. And current market price for Solana is about $100. So
yeah, exactly. So that's the minting price, but we already know that the NFTs are so limited, and there's so many people within our community already that I'm sure there's going to be a battle for them, and the prices are going to go to the moon.
Indeed, to the moon. So what stage is Road2Moon currently at? What is the team working on? What has been the biggest challenge so far?
So what stage? So as you guys could see, the sort of front end of the racing side of the game is already done. There's obviously, the game is always work in progress. We're going to be releasing some really cool features. You're going to be able to do turns. There's going to be different arenas with different backgrounds. There's going to be a ton of like graphic improvements and things like that. But what we're working on now is the design of the whole city and the whole sort of Nebraska front end. So I was just looking at the designs that the team has shown me. I'm in the office today, so I'm super excited for that, but I'm not gonna show them to you guys yet. You're gonna see them when they're properly ready. So the whole game is gonna be, like much more advanced than what I showed you, of course. In the so maybe let me tell you about how the stages of the game release, right? So we've got the NFT launch coming now. All the waves of NFTs should be done by the end of May. So around June, we're going to be releasing the beta version for the exclusive for the holders of the NFTs. And within that beta version, the NFT holders will be able to participate in the sort of MVP features of the game. So, of course, the racing part, there's going to be the prize pool arenas. There might be some NFT drop arenas, but I'm going to need to confirm if that's the case. And yes, you're going to be able to do some trading, play around with the NFTs and things like that. So this is basically the basic features, and then we're going to be opening up the game to the public. Once that happens, there's going to be all the other features enabled, the farming, the staking, and different types of arenas, things like that. So
Okay.
the biggest challenge, yes, I have to say, has been so far the Solana clogging and the minting of the NFTs. So we sort of, there's really no solution that we have for that, but currently the Solana is doing well. The ping has decreased. So we're going to be proceeding with those NFT mints, as I mentioned. And hopefully most of you guys should receive your whitelist passes to your wallets very, very soon.
Okay, that's awesome. And just a reminder for maybe people who aren't familiar with whitelists, like how do they get on the whitelist, and then how can they, in the end, get one of these sweet NFTs?
Yeah, so there's many different competitions running, and the whitelists are not easy to get. You actually have to put in some work or get very lucky. So there's daily competitions happening in our Discords. Our amazing mods are running them, so you can get rewarded for playing certain games, for participating in quizzes. So there's some merit-based things as well, which I know that some of you like. If you are particularly well connected, there's invite competitions. If you invite people to our community, you can get rewarded and win some whitelists. But there's also other things. So some people in our community have been rewarded for doing some nice art for the project, or helping us spread the word in different ways, making some connections, promoting us on different platforms. So if you guys have some ideas on how you would like to help us, and if you have the community and tools to be able to do that, then just submit a support ticket, and we can talk about this as well if you get picked.
Okay, cool. Oh, before I forget, there was one person who asked a question. Sone, I don't know if he's still here actually, he or she, but they asked, some players can't understand what we're saying because they don't know English, and this person says they don't know English either. They speak Turkish. So I guess the question would be, what are we going to do for localization, or for the project for Road to Moon? Will we have it in different languages? Will we reach communities that don't speak English? What's the plan there?
Yeah, so we're beginning to work with different language communities to translate some of our materials, and be able to cater to those audiences. We're super grateful for you guys to be here, despite the language barrier. So like all of that is going to be coming in different languages. So stay tuned. You can submit language requests via the support channel as well.
Yes, indeed. Adrian asks, if we have got Wave 2, how lucky users will know that he or she has got Premium Pass? Not sure if I understand the question exactly.
Yeah, I do understand the question. So it's going to be, that's actually a good question. I need to confirm with the team whether they have those Premium Passes for Wave 2 have different designs or clarification. Let me actually get back to you. Can you guys remind me to do this? Yeah, please take a note.
Indeed. Okay. And let's see. Do we have any other questions in the AMA chat? Let's see. I think that's it for now. Yes, please feel free to ask any questions. But I do want to, just before I forget, how can people participate in the community, the Road to Moon or Intersong community? Like, how can they get involved? You mentioned, the whitelist, right? They put some time in, and there's also a referral system. How can people, like, as they get ready for Road to Moon to get released, like, how can they get involved?
Yeah, so right now, as I mentioned, like we've got those tons of different competitions. If you can help us spread the word in any way you can. So there's the invite competition. If you have some sort of friends or connections to different communities that you can introduce us to for partnerships, we're happy to reward that somehow as well. So just submit a support ticket, and we can talk about this. This has been invaluable. Direct introductions to different projects basically gave us, especially very complementary projects. It has been invaluable in terms of getting some feedback on the project, getting some developers to test out our tech, and also to cross promote and spread the word. So anyway, you can, guys, your help is appreciated. Just contact us via the support system.
Yes, thank you for that, Matt. And let's see, we have another question from Pewter Deck again. He says, if the Solana price were to drop drastically, wouldn't the buy NFT increase? Wouldn't the buy NFT?
No. This is all set. So the price is going to be the minting prices. Like, I like to think about this as almost irrelevant, because then very quickly the market is going to set the price and the value of the whitelists, of the NFTs.
Word. And Sidu95 asks, are you planning some whitelist giveaway for Nitro Boosters?
That's an interesting idea. Andy, maybe worth considering. Andy and Eve. And Daru, I can see. Have you talked to gaming DAOs for promoting partnerships? We have talked to some. If you have some particular projects you would like to recommend, even if you don't know them personally, then please feel free to recommend.
Okay, and maybe one question I'd like to ask. I meant to ask earlier. Who is behind the project? Who is behind Road2Moon? Who's like on team advisory board? If you could just briefly explain the people working on this. And
yeah, sure. So we've got some. So it's pretty much like very similar team working on Insert Stonks and Road2Moon. Of course, add some game designers and developers, but we've got some very strong team around the project, and especially so starting from some very powerful advisors. So one of our advisors has actually been the CEO of a very top gaming studio. He's been helpful across the Road2Moon and Insert Stonks. He's also one of the managers in Autodesk, which is a software company providing software for AAA game studios. So he knows how to onboard developers. We've got some powerful DeFi names, for example, CEO of Singularity DAO, helping us with the tokenomics and the economy design aspects and sort of navigating the pitfalls of different market stages because they've been through all that. We've got some gaming guilds helping us out. We've got some venture capital partners. We've got a manager of Cardano platform helping us out. And we've got a co-founder of one of the Canada's largest crypto exchanges helping us out on the fundraising side and things like that. So yeah, we've got game developers, we've got marketers, we've got financial guys, and we've got people obsessed about user experience and of course blockchain technology and AI experts. We've got some AI experts and blockchain experts that previously worked with NASA, DARPA, NVIDIA. So I'm super excited and proud to be working in such a diverse and experienced team on this.
Yeah, it sounds like a very wide and diverse group of individuals and entities working to support and grow the project. You got your developers, game developers, you got your gamers, you got people in finance, you got people in tech, just from all walks of life, and a bunch of nerds. At the end of the day, I think that all like to game. Yeah, we all like to game, and if we could even get closer to a world where we make some cheeky profits while we play games, I think that would be super, super cool.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, guys. So the time has definitely gone over. We were supposed to be here for 30 minutes, but this was just too much to talk about. But thank you so much for joining. So as I mentioned, the NFT launch is coming up very, very soon. Please take advantage of all the options we give you to participate in the competitions and get your imagination going in terms of how else you could help us sort of grow this project. So feel free to reach out. Don't just get limited by the options that are already there. If you think you can help in any way, partnerships, marketing, referrals, making content, writing articles, things like that, contact us. Maybe we can do something together and reward that.
Yes, and thank you for sticking around, everyone who's listened for this AMA. Do we have anything that we can offer these lovely people?
Oh, right. Yeah, I almost forgot the most important. So we've got the whitelist. As I mentioned, we've got the whitelist competition on this AMA. Thank you so much for sticking around, guys. So let's just, how do we pick a winner of the random raffle? How about we do that? Andy, if you guys have an idea how to make it fair, provide a proper randomness, no preference here.
Andy, can you hear us? Hello.
He's probably busy. Usually we just pick the number and see on the stage who's under the number?
Okay, let's do it. So let me just
Yes.
chat. We cannot. Okay, I'm just gonna send you guys a screenshot of the random number generator to make sure it's properly first. So how many people do we have? We've got 32 total.
Yeah.
In audience, it's 32. Yes, so that's right. 32.
Okay, so this is the numbers have spoken. Wait.
Unfortunately, you
Number.
can't share your screen, but you can
I
only.
know.
Yeah,
I'm
you
just,
said
I'm just
screenshot.
posting. I'm just posting a screenshot. The number is 20. Now, how do we pick 20?
I would say the second line, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18. Remixon would be 20.
Yay, Remington, my man.
Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I hope you
Yeah.
have the same screen as I have.
No.
I mean,
I did it too.
I
I got Brexon, I think, number
Yeah.
20. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, such a lucky
Yeah.
guy. Amazing.
Left to right.
Okay, so now let me just check in terms of questions. I think the most interesting question was, yeah, I think definitely Yash is getting for the best question.
Ho ho ho.
He's the guy.
Yes, yeah, I asked.
Okay, perfect. So congrats, Yash. Congrats, Premixon. One of you got lucky. One of you got smart.
Yeah, and guys, please contact us with your details so we can write you down.
Yes.
Yeah, let's contact the guys. And again, super grateful that you guys are here with us and that you believe in the project and that you ask the questions and you're interested. Please give us feedback if there's anything you think we could be doing better to, hype this up more, to clarify our concept and explain it better, just like we did here on the AMAs throughout all our communication. Or if you think, there's some important sort of market feedback that we should navigate as a project and as a company, let us know. Your feedback is super welcome, and we listen to all of it. We monitor the community every single day, and stay tuned for all the questions. So thank you so much, guys, for being here.
Yeah, I really appreciate all your participation and all your support and engagement. And if you have any questions or you just want to chat more about the project or whatever, then feel free to connect with ND or me. Or just shoot any of his questions, say what's up. We're more than happy to talk more about the project and nerd it out because we're all nerds. So thanks a lot, guys.
Hell yeah! Thank you, guys. Have a great day.
Yes, have a good one. Tune in next time for the next AMA. Oh baby. All right. Peace out, everybody. Bye.